You did all right.
Mhm.
Thanks.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Rick, the mower's working out all right?
We haven't got the big one yet. The other one's,
out? Yeah, I got the other mower out. Yeah, one kid at the farm, that's all he does is mow. Welcome, everyone. We're gonna call the meeting to order. August 25th business meeting. Where did August go? And later on, before we adjourn, we'll have two requests for executive session, so we'll have a 10-minute executive session after our council reports. At 6:15, we'll have a revenue neutral rate hearing on our budget. I'll set the timer for 6:15, so whoever's on the floor at that time, I will interrupt, so we will go into our 6:15 budget hearing. Has everyone had a chance to read the minutes of the August 11th meeting's minutes? Are there any additions or corrections to those minutes, as well as reviewed your vouchers and receipts? If both or all three are in order, I need a motion to approve the August 11th meeting minutes.
so moved. Second.
Vouchers and receipts. Been moved and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. Previous and ongoing business, I do not have anything. New business, anybody have anything to bring up before new business? Yeah, where we want to do the economic development. We have you on the agenda first.
All right.
Thanks, Scott.
Yes, I do have a lot, but I'll try to make it quick here. First up, program application approved this is the first one for the revitalization beautification or residential beautification lottery for $10,000 for Emma and Eddie Norchjay, 517 East Kansas. They had everything in order. We approved, and if you guys would go ahead and approve that. We're being due diligent in all of these lottery applications, make sure everybody's qualified before the drawing. So.
Is that the restaurant? Oh, is that the restaurant?
No, this is for the lottery, $10,000 lottery, residential beautification lottery.
Did you get any feedback on that?
On the lottery?
Yeah.
We have this is the first approval of all of them. We have 2 or 3 other ones in hopper and a lot of applications being filled out is what I've been told. So my guess is our meeting in August, which we figured on, everybody will be getting their stuff in. There's excitement about it, but I often find that people are lazy and we'll see if they get it in. So. Do you want to vote on that one or just accept that we've accepted it?
Did we have to approve that?
Is there more applications?
There will be more applications. So if you just want to accept the winner at the end of this, I don't care.
I think that's what we're
Yeah.
going to do.
Okay?
Except
That's
we'll
fine.
Put everybody in the hat, so everybody knows who
All right.
they
All
are.
right.
Do you have a cutoff date on the?
We do have cutoff dates. It's been posted online, multiple places, and in the newspaper. So
What is the cutoff date?
I don't know that.
It's been in the paper.
Yeah, I can't, I'm excluded. I can't apply. It's not important, quite as important.
Does anybody know when the cutoff date is?
I'm not positive. I was thinking it was the 31st.
Maybe, I'm gonna say it before that because we gotta have a meet,
Paper.
we gotta have our meeting on it and it's gotta be everything voted and approved before we head to
To put them in.
the parade. Because the drawing, I think, is the day before the parade, so we can announce it at the parade.
Okay,
So,
so let's, yeah. If
So
you
if you wanna
do
hold
that
on.
and get everybody, we could do it all in one motion.
that sounds great to me. Okay.
Go from that.
The same person applied for, which is what we really wanted, excitement in the other programs, residential revitalization grant. They also applied for this pending whether they won the lottery or not. So this one, I probably feel that we do need to vote on. This is for Emmett Eddie Norjay for $29.77, not quite the full $3,000 they could get, but that's what they had quoted. So if you vote on that one, please.
I'll make that motion.
Questions, anybody on that? Tracy made the motion, second.
Second.
Move seconded, all those favors say aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
All right, the recruitment committee had a script application for Sun Porch for up to 3 positions, a RN and LPN positions for $6,000 and $5,000.
This comes out of that grant.
This comes out of special grant money, and even though they,
ballots on that yet?
I want to say there's still like 30
No,
left.
there's quite a bit.
Yeah. And then we're hoping, if we use enough of it, then we're hoping to apply for more of it.
Okay.
You know, so this is, again, this only comes from people outside of the town, get hired inside of town. There's very specific requirements to get these. Yeah. If you would vote on that one, please.
Any questions, council, on that? For Sun Porch? If there's no questions, I'll need a motion for approval.
So moved.
Move seconded to approval for Sun Porch for those positions. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carried.
Okay, I have a thing for the land bank, which we can postpone until a land bank meeting, I'm guessing. It is about damage to the building downtown. I guess there's some stuff starting to fall off of it. And it's time to probably get some quotes. So again, later on.
I will like to get with you now the next meeting on some of those quotes on Tucker Point.
Okay,
Tucker Pointing and what have you.
okay,
And we'll try to devise a plan to lay some money back each year to have an ongoing program of Tucker Pointing and try to save our downtown buildings.
interesting. Yes, okay,
Because we've had several buildings lose bricks out of them. Luckily, it hasn't caused any harm.
yeah,
But that east side mainly is got a lot of issues with the bricks because age of them. So let's figure out a program. Well, we'll just do it
all right,
and
yeah,
lay out some money each year to do it. I had a bid and I'll go over with you with a local guy
okay,
to do it
okay,
or start it anyway.
all right. Let's see, we have 2 new programs. We're recommending the city approve that we're gonna bring to the whole city. Business related, a commercial workforce grant, and a commercial equipment and technology grant. Commercial workforce grant is designed to essentially be a employee retention program for small businesses, or any business really, within the commercial zone. We've established a zone. So if they hire a qualified applicant and they can maintain and keep that applicant through training and everything else for a full year, they can receive up to $2,000, and there's a part-time employee too. The purpose of this is to help these businesses try to retain those employees after they spent a substantial amount of training and everything, every other stuff on them. So
Did you have a budget ceiling?
there is a budget, I want to say it was 100,000. But it was also going to be determine how successful the project was. And then there was a determination that they could apply. It's all within, I think you have.
Is this special money that we're getting from outside? or
No,
is that the city?
no,
Economic development.
this is economic development funds.
Yeah,
But we also consulted with the
you're gonna,
other committee and some other businesses.
you're gonna actually go up to 100 grand.
It depends. We're up to 2 employees, I think it was, per business. And again, it depends on whether they're part-time, full-time. It depends on whether they can keep them for a full year. Again, you're assuming, where I'm assuming, I want a successful
My
program.
point is that I don't want you to run out of money.
We will be carefully watching that, yeah.
Yeah, so I think,
I mean, we also have residential programs that half the town could apply for and they don't too. So, yeah,
my recommendation is have a cap on it.
I believe we have a cap in our budget for it, yes. So that's the first program. I'll tell you about the second. You can decide voting on both. Second program is commercial technology equipment sort of grant towards small businesses. It is designed for small businesses to get over the hurdle of making a purchase that they might not necessarily have been able to afford before, or they've been thinking about a long time. Examples of this might be a POS system for their business, a sales board, some sort of digital signage. Thinking about other places in town, it could be a higher-end massage chair for for a nail tech saloon or hair salon or something along those lines. They have to submit the costs, the quotes, their business plan, how it will impact their business. It is a matching funds thing, so they would need to spend $4,000 in order to get $2,000 back. Other examples might be a piece of equipment for the exercise building out Tribe Fitness, or
But you put some match money in it.
matching funds again. Yeah,
Not 50-50, but
it is up to $2,000, so they could spend $5,000. They're only going to get $2,000 back.
okay.
Okay, yeah. So, again, also within the entire commercial zone. We were through that with the recruitment committee. They felt that we needed to include all the businesses outside the city too. So, I know talking to some businesses, there's a lot of excitement about both of these programs. So I'm hoping it's a success, and I hope it has a positive impact on the businesses in town.
We need to improve these programs. Let's take them one at a time.
Scott, on the first one,
Let's talk, yeah, that's where I'm.
everything maybe I'm missing something here, but it says this money's gonna be paid to the business.
Yes, and then they would pay the employee.
They
Yes.
will pay
Yeah,
the
Yeah, they
employee.
will pay the employee. And I believe it's at the 5-month mark and the 11-month mark. Yes,
And the grant, the full amount of the grant will be paid to the employee,
yes.
not the employer.
No, it will be paid to the employer, just like the other script grant was. They paid it to the employer pays the pay.
Okay, and then whatever the employer pays his help, there's not a set amount of that grant that would go to the employee. Will that be up to the boss, how much he pays?
The entire amount. is
The entire amount,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
It's in the program, the entire amount must go to,
Where's it say that?
I don't know, but it needs to be worded that.
We can revise the verbiage if needed. I like the idea as a confirmation, yes.
I'm good.
And if you guys want to, we want to contemplate this and you want to postpone it a month, we can.
Well, I just,
That's a good question. And so you guys might have more.
Yeah. And, you know, one of these grants like that, when it comes to income tax for the employee, the employer will probably have to pull the FICA, state and federal out.
Just like any other bonus with most businesses, they still have to pay the taxes on that. Yeah.
Tax.
Right.
Yes.
If we can write that in there in a generalized fashion, the employee will receive the net amount of,
Makes sense to me. Okay.
net amount of that grant less.
All right.
Taxes.
We'll modify those two next month.
Yeah.
That sounds good to me.
Okay. Any more questions about this program, guys? Gotta give the green light on that. Oh, Scott, I have to tell
You bet. I'll have a seat.
we're gonna move into, thanks, Scott. We're gonna go into our revenue neutral rate hearing, proposed budget for 2026. Has everyone got their booklet in hand? I started looking at this earlier and I didn't get it. Jill, is there anything that's out of proportion here?
Nixon Miller kind of worked it up. We were trying to stay underneath the revenue neutral rate amount. Some of those dollar amounts have changed. The estimated value of a mill for 2026 is $12,102. We went over by just shy of 30,000. Dennis Miller at Nixon Miller was concerned by trying to stay at that revenue neutral rate percentage, that we may run short of cash with some of the inflation that we've had and seen.
On page 7, we have a prior year of actual 2024.
Those are estimates that they fill in.
So that shows about 80 grand less for 26.
They plug in estimates there based on spending it for the first 6 months. So they're looking at a proposed tax rate for general fund of 57.011. The library increases, which is completely separate from us, but it is included in our budget as we have no authority on changing the mill rate for the library. It has gone up to 5.999. Industrial development, it continues at 1. Employee benefit drops down to 19.491. That brings the total for the city at 83.501. And then since we host the Recreation Commission, they are at a 3 mill levy per ordinance. That brings us to 86.501.
And last year's mill levy was what?
We were at 85, or comparing our 83, we were at 85.95.
This 26 budget is 86.
Well, that's the total with rec. Without rec is 83.501.
Is that generating, what, 900 something? Where's that at?
For your dollar amounts, you take
Yeah.
that times 12,102. We have a total proposed budget amount.
Yeah, just a little over $1,040,000. Not too bad. did you put any pops in for, department for wages? One or two?
We included all of those. We also included some of the unknowns. The health insurance, dental insurance hasn't raised for years, just in case we did work a 3% increase on that. Unemployee benefits, we also worked in some of the utilities. We've seen those continue to go up. We've worked those in as well. Went back in the history, again, working equipment reserve to put more money in for that. And then some of the programs, we've encumbered that money since the time that we've done those contracts, but we have to include that in here because regardless of cash, you have to have budget authority to spend it. So we've got several big projects that are, some are starting to wind down, some are mid, and we've got some coming up.
Why was the library so high?
That is by state statute. We have no authority over changing theirs.
It
The
really
state,
dropped off in 2026.
the state sets theirs and works that budget.
So for 2026, our mill levy will be 85.65,
83.501, not including
83.65. What'd you say?
83.501, not including recreation commission.
And then not including recreation for 25 that we're operating on at 86. What in our current 25 budget is 86.
85.95.
Very close.
Well, it's basically lower at three mills.
Lowering the mills, but the amount of each mill is increased
That's
because
true.
of valuation.
And mill levy is what we can control, valuation we can.
Correct.
But for the general public, the 2025 budget is based on 85.95 mill levy. The new 26 budget is 83.501, which is like 2.5 mils lower. Even though the valuation goes up, we can ask for less mill levy. So I think we're staying very good budget with comments, council.
On page 7C, when I look at actual 2024 year, estimated 2025 year, before we close out, and then proposed budget for 2026,
They look quite scary in comparison.
commodities and capital outlay numbers seem to jump a lot.
That is budget authority, not cash. They work those numbers in, bringing in the prior year, put the fullest amount it could be for current year, and then work on budgetary changes for proposed budget year.
And how, I mean, is that just a dart on the wall throw, or how do we come up with these numbers?
The auditors work those out.
So
On
like,
that side, we
okay.
work primarily on the proposed budget
That's
year,
what we have on cash on hand as well.
and that includes anything we've encumbered. In some of these cases, we have encumbered funds for the projects. So in order to make those expenditures, we have to include it not only on the cash side, but on the budget side to allow those expenditures. So for example, if we had a windfall and franchise fees came in at $200,000 more in a typical year, we may not be able to expend that $200,000 if you do not budget for it. The difference is you pull that extra budget authority in on the non-taxed line items. For example, those franchise fees, mill rents, fines, something of that nature. so that you keep the tax lines as low as you can and still create more budget authority. Without it, you would have to have a hearing before the end of the year in order to pay your bills.
So it's not unencumbered cash.
Correct.
Obviously, it's way over my head, but when I look at, police department for one,
Mhm.
actual 2024 commodity was 13,000 change. 2025, we're estimating around 15.
Mhm.
And then for next year, we're budgeting 37.
Correct.
That's your budget, but not your cash.
Not your
Right.
cash. And
That
what we're
gives you-
doing in part of that, you'll see the salary increase as well. We did budget higher. What they're working on for those actual numbers on the middle column included current year is based on what some of those expenditures were for the last half of the year prior and the first half before we had 3 officers. So then we have to include a budget increase in order to make those wages.
Okay, so another example, the fire department capital outlay, it's been 27,000 in 2024. 2025, we're thinking we're gonna be around 26 and a half, and they budgeted 67,000.
We've built in some extra funds there as well in case there are some equipment needs that are needed. However, if funding does not come in, it is only budget authority, it's not cash. So if you get more from your townships, if their valuation will increase as well. But until they've had their hearings, that is unknown to us for sure where that's gonna come in. So we budget high, again, based on that. If the cash is not there, we can't spend it. So it's budget authority only. Not necessarily, just budget.
The swing between
It does.
2025 and budgeted 2026 just seems to be extremely high in the emergency departments versus the other
Right.
departments. I thought maybe you were picking on me a little bit.
No, I promise. Not this time.
That's theirs, Lee.
Yeah, we're in pretty good shape.
Now, we build those in where some of those needs are gonna be the most logical, but yet unexpected.
If you notice, your fire truck is about paid off.
Yeah.
Was there 2 payments left?
Yeah, we got
What
2026, 2 payments in 2026. I think we're done.
Right, that's your, I think there's 4 total.
4 total. We got
Four
four $13,000 payments left on our new truck, and we're free and clear. On everything.
Yeah.
No, it's
Traded
not at all. Brand new.
Brand new.
And when that took place 8 years ago, something of that nature,
8 years.
we had to come up with about $68,000
Yeah,
to
If you
put
don't
down
budget
on
for
that.
it, you can't spend
and
it.
that was a 1% loan.
Yeah.
So some of those things are built in there. Then if a grant comes in or a donation, we've set up the other fund, that community fund, to run those through so that it does not affect the taxpayer amount. That's where in not previous years, the last few years, but years ago, it was hard to distinguish that difference, and we could come to where we were close to a violation and not realize it. Because you may not be hitting it in each of these departments, but your total overall. So when there's a donation given, say for example, somebody donates from a family fund, we put it into a special fund for that use only. And then it's also easier to track. It doesn't change the amount that is levied for taxes for the residents of Smith Center at all.
And where we were awarded that, the grant for the water project,
Yes.
is that taking, does that change this?
It will change this, but because we have not yet got the signed documents, we cannot make that assumption on this.
Any other questions, council? Any questions from the audience? No, do we need a motion to approve?
We actually have the resolution that we'll need to, it's resolution 2025-6.
Resolution 2025-6, a resolution of the City of Smith Center, Kansas to levy property tax exceeding the neutral revenue rate, whereas the revenue rate of the City of Smith Center was calculated at 80.508 mils by the county clerk, whereas the budget of the governing body, City of Smith Center, will require a levy rate exceeding the neutral rate. And whereas the governing body held a hearing on August 25th, 2025, allowing all interested taxpayers desired to be heard an opportunity and given oral testimony. And whereas the governing body, the City of Smith Center, has heard testimony, still finds it necessary to exceed the neutral rate, which is only 3.5 mils. Therefore, the city, in resolve, the governing body of the City of Smith Center rate of 80, have the city neutral rate of 83.501 mils. This resolution shall take effect and be enforced immediately upon its adoption and shall remain in effect until future action is taken by the commission. That's dated today, August 25th. Anyone have any questions about this resolution? If there is no questions or any more, I need a motion to approve resolution 2025-6.
So moved.
Second. Moved and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carried.
Then we'll need for the budget.
Huh?
Then we'll need to adopt the budget.
Okay. With that being said, we need to have a motion to adopt the budget for 2026 as proposed.
I'll make that motion.
I need a second.
Second.
Been moved and second to approve the 2026 budget as proposed. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. Scott, you won't believe this. Can you remember where you were?
Yeah, I can.
Okay, thank you. I can't.
All right, you are getting ready to vote on the commercial workforce grant.
Okay.
First one, new program.
With those revisions in mind, council, questions in on that commercial? Anyone?
Nope.
Someone want to step
I'll
out?
make that offer, or make that motion.
Thanks, Tracy.
Second.
Thanks, Don. Move and seconded to approve the workforce grant proposed with the changes. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carried.
All right, the next grant was the commercial equipment and technology grant. Already discussed, if you would vote on approving that program.
Back to that, do you have a cap on it as well?
There is, yes.
Questions, council? Chris?
No, with your new grants, which I think is great, you guys are coming up with some new ideas. Is there ever discussion of retiring existing grants?
Possibly.
I'm just
Got an idea if you
echo
want?
Bryce, I hope we never run out of money. But, you know, your take rate, I realize, is not tremendous at this point, but
If you look at our, which you probably never do, our budgetary funds, I mean, they've been at around $500,000 for a couple of years now. And we are, as always, very wisely choosing ways to spend them. We're trying to. So yes, carefully watching our funds is very important.
Yeah, I understand that. We've been very fortunate over the years not having to exercise our bad debt expense, but unfortunately, I think that's probably going to happen.
this one here, I think Dang good idea. Very valuable. Yeah, I think,
It's going to impact a lot of businesses.
I mean, I can't think of a business that couldn't take it in. Who doesn't need something?
Some piece of equipment that would definitely drive their business in some way.
I like the idea myself.
Yeah, I like this. I do. Good motion, good motion.
Are we to discuss them? I don't know.
I'd make that motion.
I just have one question on the workforce recruitment. It says certificate or licensed required. So on these people that these employees or employers are gonna try to hire, these people are gotta have a certification for something? It says
No,
how many employees are you seeking? And then it says certifications or license required. License.
I guess if that
Well, if there is a license.
is a license required, then yeah, then they could put that as part of their application. It's, yeah. Again, the goal of that one was obviously helps out the employee, helps out the employee retention for the employer, and then it helps the community itself because we don't have a program for in-town employees. We have the script for people, bringing people 2 states away. And
Right.
yeah, so
Okay.
good question.
Any more questions, guys, about the second portion of this program? Chris, you made the motion.
Yep,
I need a second to.
I'll second.
Been moved, seconded to approve the training costs. Isn't that what it is?
Commercial equipment technology grant.
Commercial training. Yeah, there it is. Commercial training. As long as you guys know what it is, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
All right, we have, I don't know if it matters or not here, but we moved our board meeting to Wednesday nights now, instead of Thursdays, we voted on. This has to do with a lot of the current board members having students in sports. So we picked Wednesday. I don't know if you guys need to vote on that.
I think we do.
Okay.
For public notification.
They will be publicly notified in the, whatever,
Yeah,
10 plus days in advance.
We'll need to approve it.
So moving to the first Wednesday following the second Monday of the month, with the meeting time currently set at 5:30.
Takes quite a bit to remember that.
That's why I got it right here.
Okay, we need the first Wednesday following the second Monday of the month.
Basically following the. first
Following
day
your
council.
first meeting, yes.
Now that-
So moved.
Second.
Been moved and seconded, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All right. A couple more here. Valerie, our employee there between Chamber and us, been very valuable to both parties. She is hitting her 6-month timeline at the beginning of September here. When she was hired, we talked about a 6-month review. We have all determined we felt it was necessary to bump up that step based on a 6-month review. So if you guys would review that and
I have questions on that, council. I think that's what we agreed on originally hired. Is that right?
yes.
Somebody make the motion to
I'll make that motion to approve salary.
one pay grade.
One day.
Yes, one step, yep.
Second.
Moved and seconded, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. And
All
then
right.
on your reimbursement,
My reimbursement,
I'll make that, I'll bring it. Scott needs to have just conflict. I'll bring it up for you.
oh, sounds good. I like it.
We need to reimburse Scott for his $123.65 for supper expense for the board.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
It is a lot of work.
It is. I know.
Moved and seconded to reimburse Scott for $120.
You finally said something on food.
All those in
Okay.
favor say aye.
Aye. There you go.
I run out of paper.
The only other thing I want to bring up, brought it up to Dawn, on October 1st is the deadline for two of the businesses that we had financial email or letters sent out. So that is 5 weeks away. I would like the board to start reviewing how far they want to take the,
We will get with you later.
please, because I want a plan before we have our October meeting so that we can implement it if they do not hit the October 1st date. And that's all I'll say on that.
Okay, perfect.
Good.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good job, Scott. Thank you very much.
The financial meeting was long.
No,
There was a 50 financial meeting in there.
Good job. And we got another one here. We got the police department. Jamie, you may have the floor.
We received a grant from the Ryan and Reed Charitable Foundation for $2,037 to purchase cameras for
Was that the full amount?
that was a full amount.
Thank you.
But anyway, so we've got them ordered. We sent them a thank you for that money anyway, so.
You just thank me here.
So, and we had a bid to outfit the Tahoe. I didn't submit it because it was way high, I thought, so we need to look through that and see what we can cut off of that. So there's some items that we probably don't need in that vehicle, so.
Well, my opinion, I think we need to get the thing outfitted where everybody's comfortable with it and safe with it. Have things on there that we do need. That's my,
Well, that's what I'm trying to do, and I talked to Joe, because the upfitter that gave us that quote will put, equipment on if you have equipment, you know what I'm saying? So we can go through purchasing programs, and like I say, taxpayers' money, Joe's got some of them,
We've got
and we've done that before,
that
so.
deal with the police equipment, tons, that'll save us thousands.
So if I can save us 20% here, 20% there,
okay.
even 10%, just, it's expensive, that equipment's expensive, you know. Chris knows from the fire department,
Yeah.
none of it's cheap anymore.
Well, we'd like to get in my opinion, like to get a plan on it and activate it as soon as we can.
Yeah, I want to call and talk to the gentleman and just tell him kind of what I kind of want on the vehicle, and we can kind of see where he's at, you know, having get us a quote. So, and then there's another, I talked to one of the other agencies, there's another place that I could possibly get a quote from too, so we're kind of comparing apples to apples.
Okay.
And I'm not sure if they provide the same services as the one that gave us the quote does, so I'll have to check and see on that.
Okay.
And let's see what else. We have a CPR class set up tomorrow at the EMS building. Goes recertified on that. And I'll take the AED up there and have them check it over, make sure the one we have in the vehicle, that the battery's good and everything, so. So, is that everything else? No. So anyway, so,
So he's gonna get us, you're gonna get us quotes then? on
yeah,
outfitting the Tahoe?
we'll get some quotes on there, and so, see, and that's, so.
So will this gentleman, is he okay with us trying to purchase our own equipment and then having him put it on?
That's the reason I want to talk to him, just make sure that.
I did a little bit, I think he'd be fine with it when I talked to him.
Because he's,
Double check.
he took the sheriff's office stuff in that had been pretty much gutted by some other employees that had wiring problems and put them back together. So if you have one control car and you transfer stuff over, I'm sure those, you know, that you make the most of the money off of off of the hourly rates that, he charges, so.
I think,
And I get-
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Okay.
I was gonna say, I think trying to save a buck, getting, our parts, at a discounted price is great, as long as we get it professionally installed. That's all I have to say.
Any other questions, council? Ever? Nope. Tracy? Thanks, Jamie. Thanks, guys.
I want to test drive.
Yeah, I do too. I want to drive it, not ride it.
Check out the back seat.
In handcuffs. Rick, do you have anything to bring before the council?
So I've been working up a plan been working on for a couple months, trying to get water to the golf course from our water lines. And Tracy came up with a heck of an idea. We have a 4-inch line that runs down to CPS that we can tie onto, run 1.5 miles down the grader ditch. I talked to Doug Getz. All it takes is we fill out a application. It doesn't cost anything with the state. I talked to the state boys. They said it's not a yes or no. It's you fill out the application, you can do it. We can use our line that's already underneath the highway, this board, from the line we have right now, and just tie into it. I've got Alan with municipal. He didn't get the prices to me on the piping, but we're gonna have to do something or we're gonna lose our golf course.
I did that as a campaign. I was on this spring.
Well, I was too, but I was talking about going over and tying into our lines coming up from Gaylord. This is a heck of a lot better idea. For one, the water's already treated. We won't have to wait for the wells to be kicked on to get water to our ponds out there because it's gonna be at the end of the line anyway. And like I said, the water's already treated, so we can do away with our chlorine at the golf course. I haven't found any negatives yet. I mean, I've asked several people, and
Will you need a tower?
no, we'll just use the pond we got there. It's already piped for it. Basically, it's gonna.
In other words, you just hook it direct.
Yeah, just have to meter it.
Well, what we would do is, and one question, Tracy, is that meter out there a 2-inch? Is it a 3-inch meter out that
You mean
pond?
for Trinity?
No, the
Oh,
meter out there. at
that's
that pond.
2-inch,
Yeah,
that's 2-inch.
so we don't even need a meter.
No, they
Use
can use
that.
a meter already
So all
out
we'll
there.
need is, we'll go off of past the fire hydrant and out there in the, yeah.
And get on the east side of the highway.
Run a valve, put a valve in.
We have a crossover there at that place.
No, but rural water, we go east and west there at rural water. But there's already a 3-inch rural water line that goes clear to Dr. Conan's on the west side. Or we can stay on the west side and tie onto it. If he just stays away from rural water, we can have 2 lines there. And it's
It's
just,
a big ditch. I mean,
yeah, there's plenty of room.
but as soon as I get some more prices, but all we're talking about 1.5 miles, and we're gonna reduce down to 2-inch.
Yep.
Because it's gonna be pressurized. And, I haven't talked to the board, but I talked to the president about funding this through their account.
Yeah, because we've got that one account.
But the gray water on that golf course is, I don't know if you guys have
It's killing.
been told,
It's
well,
It's killing.
I thought it was, everybody was telling me it was, I haven't been out. It was looking so much better.
Not since August.
Not since August.
No. It keeps getting worse and worse every week.
no,
We have one green that looks good, that's it. One. And I don't know why it looks better than the rest of it.
Don, the rest of the greens, if it was any other golf course, they wouldn't deal. I promise you, there is no grass on
And it is the water.
it. It's the selenium in our water.
It's got a barrier that blocks it from going down.
And there's nothing we can put in there.
So the problem is we use a weighing agent 4 or 5 times a year on those greens or more. And it's supposed to break that selenium up, but we're putting gray water right, when we put that on, you gotta water it in, we're putting that water right back on.
You re-inoculate.
Salt does not evaporate.
Yeah, you can't get rid of it when you're putting it right back on when you water it in, water every day. You can't, it's a never winning battle.
Yeah. It's like telling an alcoholic he needs to sober up, so here's the beer.
Yeah. Exactly.
I just know, I
Drink water.
told you guys this before, and I did a little research on Sand Creek Station. Have you ever been down there in Newton? And they're almost all affluent water. And it's one of the top 2 or 3 public courses in the state. And I don't know what they do, but it says on their site how many gallons of affluent water they use every day. And I don't know. So this is going to be, you're going to be tapping into the Gaylord line to come over?
No.
No.
We already have a city line at the,
Okay.
fertilizer.
So there's a 4-inch line running
Okay.
out to that right
That's
now. That's
4
where they get their water. They're on city water. So we could tap into that. We'd have to have a reducer, reduce it down to 2-inch. And then we'd have to have another coupler to tie into the 4-inch that's already underneath the highway. And
We have a 4 inches under the highway.
yeah, the line that's there now from the sewer ponds.
Oh, yeah, there, yeah, that one.
Mile and a half at that.
Why can't we just run 4 inch all the way down to that line?
We could, but it's double the money.
Yeah. Oh, we need to find
And
out
we
what it
don't,
is.
and we don't need to take that
You
much
don't need
water.
really pressure, because all you're doing is hold the water out there, down there.
And another advantage of tying on to this instead of over on our existing line is you gotta have a valve so you can turn it on and off. It'd be going out in the country, wherever we put it over there, west of Darren Kelly someplace. They'd have to be driving out there when the weather's bad or whatever. This is on their way in and out from work. They just stop and turn it on when they're going home. Or, the pond gets low, the valve's right there on the highway. So anyway, I'll get some numbers and I'm gonna take it to the board.
If push comes to shove, as far as the affluent water compared with it, the way I read a lot about the attitude people have about fresh water, well, we have the ability, if that is no longer an option because of water rights or whatever might come up, we can go back to affluent. Say they cut our water off.
The line will still be there. We can just pull the pump out there and everything will still be there.
Okay, because I'm afraid down the road, it might be 20 years.
Well, the water rights, I may not be right on this, but the water rights for the golf course are for the wells at the golf course. They don't have anything to do with.
Yeah, but we're still pumping water from a well. That's
Not from
going
our
to,
wells.
huh?
Not
No,
from
not from our wells, they have their own personal
They've got
wells.
all 3 of the wells out there, are their own personal wells.
They're,
They've got
their
their own water
own
rights.
pumps are out there. They have their own pumps.
We mix that influent water with well water right now, but it's not a very big percentage.
Not enough.
That's all I got. I'll get back with you when I get some more
Rick,
information.
so I had a question, and Dawn alluded to it already, but I'll get to that. So, I mean, the most important thing that I can think of is we know for sure it won't have a negative impact feeding the town, correct?
No.
Like the usage rate is not gonna amount to a nickel's worth or cause us issues. Okay, that's the
No.
most important in my book. Secondly, and Don alluded to this, what would we do with the old sewer line going out there, or the gray water, whatever you want to call it, black water line going out there? So it would remain in place and just be dead at this point?
Cap it.
All we gotta do to kill it is pull the pump out of the sewer ponds and
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 then,
then the water going there now would go to the sewer ponds.
it still does. We pump out of the water that would be going down the creek, our effluent water from after it goes through all 3 cells. It has its 120-day detention time, then it goes into a wet well, and then it goes out into the creek. I plug that wet well off, and hold that water during the Gulf season. Our pump is in that wet well. And it pumps it 4.5 miles or whatever it is over to the golf course holding pond. And then we pump out of that and chlorinate that water when it comes out of that pond before it goes on the golf course.
So my last question then. I won't disagree that we gotta do something different. I don't even golf, but I think everybody in this room has heard about it multiple times regarding the problem. So, just as Don said, so why or how are other towns doing this and it doesn't work for us?
Because every town sewer gray water is different. For one thing, ours is high in selenium. Call them and ask them what their selenium levels are. We've had 3 different chemical company reps tell us the same thing. The salt and the selenium builds up a barrier halfway or so down on the root system on that grass. And it doesn't let it, once it gets built up, it won't let the roots grow.
And do you think if we work past this buildup of salt, someday we can start utilizing the ponds again to a point?
No,
Never again.
I wouldn't.
I just
That's
have
the
this fear
problem.
of this
You know,
aquifer thing
That-
getting to be it's maybe not my lifetime.
Well, we could put 2 valves down there at the golf course, shut the sewer off. If we have problems, switch it back over.
How are the fairways?
Great.
That's what I don't get.
So
Yeah.
I don't understand why the fairways are good and the greens.
I did have a guy tell me that
What's
we
different
should
grass
probably
for one
just
thing.
use the good water for the grass screens. He said, I don't know if you can do that, or for the greens, use the city water and keep your foot water for the
That's.
fairways. And I said, I don't know if we can do that, but I could talk and find out. I don't have any idea.
With fresh water, how long will it dissolve what's there on the greens now?
I can't answer that. I just.
Might have to redo them.
At $90,000 a green, and there's 10 greens out there, that's what our cheapest bid to rebuild them was, and there's no greens there. He played this weekend, you're putting on dirt.
Sand.
I'm sure it'd be a pain, but there's no way to
There was
experiment
3
on
on
this
ground ones since I was
before you
in
make that. I wouldn't think so. I mean, you'd have to have a tank full of water to experiment on greens.
I don't know.
It would be nice if you could do that.
When I talked to Doug Getz, there was no problems with any of our permitting for usage of water. He said, we're way under what we're permitted for anyway. Because I talked to him about this, but we had talked about using raw water out of the wells before it gets to the treatment. But this works. If you want to use treated water, that's fine.
Well, if you use treated water, you do away with,
Chlorinator up
you
there.
do with the chlorine that's out there.
Yeah.
That we have to put in. You do away with all state testing.
I think what you need to do is hook it direct, not even use a pond, put that tank that we got spoke for, and put it direct and just put a telemetry switch on it.
Then you're talking hundreds of thousands of
No, you're
dollars.
not to turn that valve on and off. It's a float. That's what I think, check the price. See if we can put a telemetry switch in there, so when that thing gets down,
Well, I could tell you right now in the telemetry, since last Thursday, I'm having to manually kick my wells on because our telemetry's not working and I can't get nobody to come till this Thursday. So I have to manually go up there and turn those pumps on 2 or 3 times a day. So
The
that,
bad thing is, you're talking about a 50,000 gallon tank. Our pond's 500,000 gallons. We take it down 3 feet a day when it's hot and it's water. I don't know.
well, the thing I'm trying to say is set it up on automation, because try to see if we can figure out how to automate it so you don't have to manually turn it on and off.
pressure switch.
Yeah.
Sounds like you're getting a new one. Can we just have your old one?
Huh?
You getting a new one?
I don't know. Ever have our telemetry? No, couldn't afford it.
fix that old one, get it to us. and then we'll have to-
Our old one, they're having trouble getting parts.
Fix it.
I'm serious. It's been in there since 1980.
New grant options.
We'll
came out
try to
this week.
figure out all our options we can with this project.
Yep.
Anybody have anything for Rick? Ever?
Nope.
Tracy?
No.
No.
Nope.
Okay.
Oh, roof's on.
Hmm?
The roof's on at the pool.
Yep. Yay.
Have you had any more trouble?
Nope.
Does that pond leak? I mean, do you lose a lot, do you think? It's
That one
sealed
out
up?
there?
Yeah.
We just had Taylor dig that out this spring, and I don't know how you tell. It's-
Probably more from evaporation.
It's up and down so much, you know, I mean, I don't know how you do an evaporation test to tell after we're done pumping out of it, you know?
Jill, do you have anything to bring before the council?
I do not.
Anybody have anything for Jill?
Nope.
Chris?
No.
Tracy?
No.
Everett?
Nope.
Melissa, do you have anything to bring before the council?
Nope, not today.
Okay, anybody have anything, Melissa? Nope. Guys?
Nope.
All right. Governing body reports, Chris, you have anything to bring before the council?
I do not.
Tracy?
No, I do not.
Dawn?
I got stuff from Rec Commission. I thought I printed out all their minutes, but I did. They have two things we have to act on. Avery Hawkins has resigned as field director, and somebody's wife wants to be appointed to another term. Tiffany.
We need to accept Avery's resignation.
Avery Hawkins' resignation and Tiffany Mansell to be reappointed.
Two motions.
We do that in one or that too?
You
Well,
have to
it'll
do
have
two?
to be two if he's gonna vote on one of them.
Yeah.
Or
Oh.
he abstains
I'll
from
make the
both.
motion to accept Avery's
Resignation.
resignation.
Second?
Moving seconded to accept Avery's resignation. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
On Tiffany, Everett, you're not able to vote. Motion to appoint Tiffany for another term.
So moved.
Second.
Moving seconded, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
3. Passes.
That's all I've got.
Don, I have one thing for you. I got the showers are in at the pool house. The sinks are in. I've talked to Jordan Jones. We're gonna get electricity, but we haven't put some of the water lines, but none of the main inside, but we are putting fixtures in it. Because they did get the doors
I was
on,
gonna say,
but
can
we
you close
do
the
need
doors?
Rick, have you looked into that?
Yeah, they're trying to find that many locks
That they're saying,
with the same key and stuff, so.
but other than that, we're gaining.
All right, thank you, Don. Everett, you have anything to bring for the council?
It was brought to me, this little park over here, we discussed it here a few months ago or whatever, just on the other side of the old laundromat. We was gonna sell it. They're still wanting to put that little park in there.
Who is?
The one that we talked about last
Like
year,
when
year
I
and a
was
half
brand
ago.
new, that's when they first talked about it.
Yeah, it's really small. That's
That's
about over here.
Jack
Kim's got some information
Jack
on it.
Haney, is that who was
He's the
wanting to
head
do
of the
that?
parks.
I'm sorry.
Jack Haney, was he one of them to do?
Jack has been working with us and he met with Kim.
Yeah, I
She's got
remember a little
some.
bit about it, but
Yeah, we kind of let it go, and now that we still own it and stuff, we thought it would be nice to make it useful and look nice. And so Jack and I and Jill have kind of been working on it. There's a lot of grants available. There's a lady up at Red Cloud that designs, and we kind of was getting together with her and see what kind of ideas she would have. Just wanted a little shelter and maybe a couple tables and just make it kind of useful.
Council, any problems with that?
no.
You consent of the council to proceed with your program on whatever you're gonna do.
Thank you.
Is that it? All right, we're gonna take a recess to go into executive session for 10 minutes. What you're employees, non-elected
Till
personnel,
10.
and I'll have the clock.
Do you make motions?
I'll make a motion. to go into District.
Yeah, move second.
Second.
No.
What your daughter's I didn't stick around.
You want me to hang around or talk to me another time?
Another time. Thanks, Scott.
2 strokes ahead of me and then on top of the next flights. You better go up there.
We're out.